About 10 years ago, we started to just have some health issues in the kids. One by one, we kind of discovered low blood counts, and along with some pancreatic issues. After we continued to see low blood counts in all three kids, that little mama niggling instinct feeling that you get said, I just think something's genetic here, and I don't think we should ignore this.
Well, the very first thought I had was, if it's rare, we wouldn't have it, right? I can't imagine them not being healthy. They appear and act healthy. But in this case, there was no specific answer. I mean, what could it be?
In pediatrics especially, a kid is either really healthy or there's something really wrong. Ash has been really great about giving us this area in the middle where we can care for individual families that have definite problems in their, bone marrow and in their blood cells. And we haven't figured it out yet. And someone needs to do that work and put in that time. Everything that we're doing in lab is directly related to pediatric patients with rare bone marrow failure patients, and specifically trying to figure out why it happens or what happens to these patients over time.
Sure enough, we discovered that we do need to watch the kids very closely. Lucas and Jesse's marrow is severely depleted. Jesse's marrow is 95% empty, but we don't know how long they will hold out.
The gravity is that the marrow disease itself can turn at any time.
I have feelings that I don't think anyone else can understand, like my friends, and I try to tell them sometimes, but I do realize that it's not the same situation for everyone.
Whatever may be, all the stress, the crazy emotions going on, and it's about not forgetting it and not letting it weigh you down, but more about accepting something and moving on, simply put. So
Technology is so amazing these days, and how they can do all that research and find cures and all that. And I hope that they do for all these blood disorders and could help kids like me.
What I find most interesting are these sort of rare cases that don't fall into any specific diagnosis. And so to be able to focus clinical and research efforts into figuring out what's happening with those families, to me, is the most exciting part of medicine.
And that's why I'm so grateful for Dr. Narla. And we don't know where my children will be in 5-10 years. We always hope for the best. But that's why it's so important that we continue to support research for these rare blood disorders.
And someday there may be a cure. That's what we hope for. But it's with great optimism that we know that eventually they'll figure something out. So it's a very hopeful time.
I'd love to be able to tell Jessica or Lucas that I finally figured it out. But also for me, I'm like, it'd also be very cool to be like, we figured it out.
When you realize that your kids have a rare blood disorder, you want answers. But bottom line is, when there are no easy answers, what makes all the difference in the world is when our doctor can reassure us she is doing everything she can do to find the answers she can find in the moment. And so we are so grateful to ASH for supporting doctors like our wonderful Dr. Narla.
I have been very lucky, so I got an ASH Scholar Grant when I was still in training in Boston, and that allowed me to actually hire a technician who was then just dedicated solely to my projects. I also was awarded a Bridge Grant recently. So this Bridge Grant gives me another year where I can continue to do my time in the lab, but still also have my clinical time. And I love my patients, and I'll never give up seeing my patients.
American Society of Hematology, they just provide that vital platform on which doctors can come together and collaborate and share innovative research and treatment plans with each other. Maybe hematology research may have saved my kids' lives in the future.
I constantly worry that the model that I am trying to pursue is not sustainable, whether it's for financial reasons or frustration about funding or just not wanting to constantly have that uncertainty. I want there to be this middle ground, and I think Ash has been very supportive of letting me stay in that area.
I feel much more confident today that we're getting closer to an answer. It's tremendous to have people that all over the world support Ash.
That support goes to the doctors, which in turn goes to the research, which in turn goes to people like us and people that have more severe problems. It makes it feel like things are more possible.
I have a lot of dreams. I'll just have to see if I can make them come true.
Thank you for the support provided to my career, because I want them to be able to continue to provide that support to other people going forward, because I know how much it's helped me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's just incredible to think that someone I don't even know is helping me out.
I don't think there are enough words to say thank you to the generosity of people who take it on their hearts to help families like mine and others.